Hello and welcome to our Academy.
Here at AIR, we are passionate about climate change and are determined to do our bit.
Let's go and look at all the things we're doing to prevent the impact of climate change.
Despite our best efforts to provide bins and raise awareness about recycling, not all litter makes it into the bins.
To ensure our school grounds and surrounding community stay clean, we do regular litter picks.
Many people are involved in this task, including staff, pupils and the campus co-op.
It is our responsibility to dispose of litter correctly and pick it up when we can.
Here at our canteen, we use wooden and metal cutlery in place of plastic.
Wooden cutlery is more environmentally friendly and stronger than plastic alternatives.
Here at AIR, we are very lucky to have a wide range of facilities ready to use. Here we have our polytunnel, which we can use all through the year to provide plants.
We also have extensive raised beds which have huge potential to produce a variety of flowers and vegetables.
Once we have our garden up and running, we have compost bins ready to use, which will provide free compost and reduce the amount of waste we send to the landfill. Here we have our coloured bins. These represent our house colours.
Red for Galloway, blue for Carrick and green for Kyle.
These bins were introduced to reduce the amount of litter dropped by our pupils.
The bright colours also make them easy to spot.
While we try to keep printing and use of paper to a minimum, inevitably some is wasted.
To reduce this waste, we have scrap paper trays for the reusable paper.
And recyclable boxes and bags for the unusable paper.
We can make a difference.
And so can you.
Since we've started our eco group, we have been having weekly meetings trying to think of ideas to prevent litter being all over the school. We are planning on doing litter picking and getting bigger bins so that there's more room in them. We're looking at to convince teachers to use their interactive boards less and turn off like switches and lights if not in use of the classroom or at the end of the day.
It's important for climate change that we try and make a difference as it helps the environment and the wildlife such as honeybees who we need to live. Greenhouse gas emissions such as carbon dioxide are really high right now. As humans, we need the earth to be clean and healthy. We need to realise it is us who are damaging the planet.
Finally, we've been increasing biodiversity around the school grounds. We had a visit from the South Ayrshire Rangers. We're looking to plant trees and bulbs around the school grounds.
We enjoy the challenge because we feel like we are doing something to help and try our best to get other people involved as well. We are trying to make more positive changes in the school and that can also help the local environment. It's also fun and enjoyable knowing that we can make a difference in our planet.
We can make a difference and so can you.
At Carrick Academy, our focus was to not use as much energy. So we done that by doing a switch off campaign, where we went around the school and tallied up how many computers were left on by the teachers and the pupils. After we did that, we put up reminders telling everyone to turn the computers off at the end of the day. And once we'd put them up and once we've left it for a week, the numbers had dropped by 55%.
For 1 week in ELOS, the theme was climate change, and pupils and staff were given a quiz to try and complete, and were also encouraged to sign a pledge to reduce some greenhouse gases.
Earth Hour is where the school took part in turning off the lights for an hour in every classroom and all the rooms in the school. And we're also doing the big plastic count, where you go onto the website that's been in the ELOS announcements and you put how much plastic you've used in the past week or month, and that goes to the government so they can see what you've been using.
In the future, we want to host competitions to redesign our recycling bins in our area. We also want to have a gardening club that we can use to grow vegetables and fruits that can be used for our HE department. We also want to have a clothing scheme that can be used to limit fast fashion and also stop good clothes from being chucked away.
I've really enjoyed taking part in the Fruit Print Challenge. I've really liked making small changes, and it can make a really big difference in the school. I've liked raising awareness to all the pupils in the school, and I've also really liked learning stuff here and taking it home.
We can make a difference and so can you.
At Girvan Academy Eco Team, we work closely with the Galloway and Southern Ayrshire Biosphere to promote biodiversity in the school grounds and wider community. We've planted Ayrshire Tatties to take part in the Ayrshire Tatty Festival.
Our Eco Team has taken part in a carbon literacy programme where we have learned about our carbon footprint and how we can cut it and save money. We also learned about food miles and how it increases our carbon footprint. In the second session of this carbon literacy programme, we came up with a plan to cut down the school's carbon footprint, and we called it the Big Cut. This will involve teachers, pupils and staff, and we will be encouraging them to cut down their own carbon footprint, as well as helping to cut down the carbon footprint of the entire school.
We have made a tatty wall to promote the recipes that students, parents and carers have brought in to make with the Ayrshire Tatties.
We had a visit with the South Ayrshire Rangers, and we spent a lunchtime making bee hotels and bug hotels. Right now we have 6 of these bee and bug hotels situated in different areas around the school grounds to encourage more biodiversity.
At Girvan, litter is a big problem. As an eco team, we have organised litter picks and worked with people from Duke of Edinburgh to tackle the problem. We have made PowerPoints and presentations to the school to try and stop litter at its source.
We have collected maps of walking paths around the biosphere and put them up on our bio board to encourage people to take walks around the local area and make them feel proud about living in a UNESCO biosphere.
We can make a difference and so can you.
One of our fair trade activities was our chocolate tasting kits at home. Fair trade chocolate is smooth and creamy and it tastes really lovely. I quite like it. And we were also interviewed and photographed for the Sun newspaper.
For the COP26 Dragon's Den, we entered it with the Caring Cafe, which is usually a place you can go and have a cup of tea, coffee or hot chocolate, and you can get either a banana split or some home bacon, and you can sit down and talk to people that you don't usually talk to. And this year we done it with Fair Trade Companionship, and with every cup you got a green message. We won first place in the whole of Scotland, and we won £100, and that's gone towards all of our eco activities, and we're so proud of it. We also put it on Twitter.
We did a big meet where people from Africa, Asia and people around us as well all met up, and we learned about energy sources. We learned about the waste, unreliable sources and reliable sources as well, like wind turbines and solar panels. We also did a couple workshops. We had one last Monday. We did a biodiversity one where we learned about animals going extinct, like wolves, otters. We talked to an otter as well who told us about how otters can basically save the landscape from flooding. We took part in the Fair Trade Fortnight in January and February. We did a caring cafe, but it was a little barista. We did teas, hot coffees and hot chocolates.
Everyone loves coffee and we figured it would be a good way to raise some money. As a matter of fact, the boys alone were able to raise nearly £700.
Taking part in the challenge is great because helping the environment as well as making new friends along the way.
We can make a difference and so can you.
Here at my college we're trying to make our school more eco-friendly, so we've been looking at 3 different aspects of the school, so biodiversity, litter and the awareness, to try and make our school run more environmentally friendly.
Recently we have been out litter picking along our 2 local beaches. The S1 spent 2 days making sure the plastic and rubbish along our coast has been reduced. We also introduced new bins around our school. This will reduce the waste and save us more money. We hope to use the money saved to do more Eco Club projects in the future.
Here at Mar College, in our geography department, we've been working with the technical department to build and install bug houses and bird feeders, and we're at the beginning of our planning stages to install these in an environmentally friendly way.
We are growing our own local produce, including wildflowers, to encourage more insects to our local area. We are hoping to continue this into next year. We are also hoping to grow our own fruit and veg for our kitchen.
With COP26 being held just up the road, we decided we wanted to raise awareness about climate change and how you can do your bit. And we got the S1s to S2s, creating posters highlighting the importance of COP26. We made Christmas decorations to promote people being more sustainable around Christmas. We got the S1s to S3s to write a promise to the planet on leaves and turn them into Christmas wreaths.
We can make a difference and so can you.
So last year, on the 27th of September, the Eco Club went on a litter pick and we took note of a lot of the different types of litter in the local area, mostly plastics, but we also found a lot of disposable face masks, which obviously animals can get tangled up in them, they can choke on them, and it's just generally not very appealing for the local area. First years go out on regular litter picks now with the campus police officer, which is to help encourage them to look after the area and kind of be more responsible for the environment and help out in the community.
In S3 Geography, we've been learning about plastics in the ocean. They are one of the major threats facing ocean life at the moment. So plastic pollution can account for about 80% of all ocean debris, and some of it takes up to 400 years to break down. This can be a really big threat to lots of marine life.
So around Christmas time there's always a lot of waste, so we decided that we would try and kind of make it a bit more sustainable. So we all brought in Christmas cards and we upcycled them into gift tags that were then offered to members of staff, who then brought them home with them for the holiday season. Next year we want to repeat this, maybe have more cards and make Christmas baubles and boxes as well. It's a really fun activity and helps with sustainability around Christmas.
Every year the school conducts a survey about people and staff views regarding sustainable trends and habits, We ask things like whether they use reusable water bottles, whether they walk to school, and just general opinions on climate change. We try and use the same questions year on year to make it consistent and so we can compare the trends from each year. After we process the data, we're planning to put it on the Eco Club display board and show it to personal support classes.
We can make a difference and so can you.
So for our Eco Club in Queen Margaret, we have so far been planting bulbs to attract bees, allow them to have their honey. We've been planting vegetables and flowers, obviously to make the environment better, grow vegetables to help out with the school. We've also been doing litter picks, gardening, weeding, just so we can make the community better than it ever was before.
The Eco Group hopes to achieve the school grounds to be nice and tidy and look beautiful with a bunch of flowers and crops for the dinner ladies to make into good canteen food.
We have a garden area in our school. We're planting flowers to attract bees and insects. We really want to make our school lovely.
We have been donated a red oak tree from the community council. We're going to be adding a time capsule underneath it for 100 years. Hopefully by the time that it's uncovered, we'll have made the world a better place for everyone.
So earlier on this year we were participating in making posters to raise awareness of COP26, and we did a competition in the school and every pupil entered it, and then people who won that then got their posters sent onto the EIS website, which then made sure everyone could see them for the competition. And out of that, well, everyone entries who went in, they're all really happy with it and proud of them. And we represented the school well, and we got prizes. We got a certificate out of it and this badge, which is our prize from it.
We're raising awareness by putting posters up around the school. We're also arranging litter pickers in our SLC department to make sure our school is a clean and tidy place for local wildlife.
We can make a difference and so can you.
In South Ayrshire we take action on climate change.
We took part in the Provost School's Footprint Challenge.
To make a difference.
Locally and globally,
at school
and at home.
We can make a difference
and so can you.